What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I did want to talk about something here that I'm probably going to admit and say it might be a tad controversial, but that is going to be down to the simple fact that, well, as a first-time Horizon player, I'm going to say it, man, I do like the Horizon 5 map. Now, hear me out, though, because I do want to explain why I like it and a lot of things I feel like players would also enjoy and stuff like that, especially being a newer player. We all do know right now, guys, there's not a ton of stuff going on in the racing genre, so if you're looking for a big open world racing game with a ton of vehicles that you would probably like, or a lot of cars you have been requesting in certain other games, they're all probably going to be in this one. So even if you might see mixed opinions on the map, I still think you would end up enjoying it. Now, the thing is about this map, though, I do think one of the number one things I've noticed about it that really attracts me to it, even right now playing this game basically almost every day, jumping on, guys, I am having a great time on it, and I do like the way they're basically utilizing the map very well. Now, sure, you could probably argue that some of the areas are probably not going to be the greatest, like, yeah, some of it's probably going to be a desert, some areas are probably going to be flat and stuff, there's not going to be any big cities or something like that, which I know players want, but I do feel like even then, though, there's going to be a good amount of small towns around the map, like, for example, we're going to have the one over here, which I really do like the way this entire area is going to be laid out. We're then going to have other small areas, like we're going to have the small racetrack type of thing here. We're then going to have like drag strips and some other roads and all that stuff going on over here. A ton of dirt road areas, which my goodness are so dang entertaining. But again, though, the biggest thing I did notice is I liked the way they pretty much went to the map, went, okay, well, let's really utilize everything. Let's put a ton of stuff everywhere. And this is going to be something many players are probably looking for because, yes, this map might not be the biggest thing out there compared to other games, but at least they are going to really work on filling it in, making sure there's stuff everywhere on it. Like, for example, we have a drift zone here. You're then going to have like the other like bonus boards everywhere. So you'll be able to find those, get some extra XP and stuff like that, the fast travel tokens. You're then also going to have 14 different barns scattered around the entire map. So a lot of people can say, well, yeah, the map might be smaller, but at least they're going to be filling it in, making it entertaining, really going above and beyond when it does come to the things that you can do on it. Because I gotta admit, guys, if we're going to have a beautiful map, I am going to say it, Motorfest map is gorgeous. We can all admit that. I love the colors. I love the design of it. But if you're going to have a very beautiful map in the game, you gotta have a lot of things in there to keep people occupied and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I do understand a racing game is going to need a good map. That is going to be facts. We all do know it. But on top of that, though, you also know what's going to make a good racing game, the events in the said racing game, and what you can do in it, including the cars you have in it around that entire map. So maybe the entire map of Forza Horizon might not be the best to people, but you're also going to have a ton of different events for multiplayer. You have different things to find and stuff, and a lot of cars in this game that you are most likely never going to see in other ones. That is also going to keep you very occupied, but also very entertained at the exact same time of it. Now, a few of the things I did notice about this map, though, is I gotta admit, guys, if you are going to be an off-road type of player like I am, my goodness, it is so dang entertaining. There's a bunch of open fields everywhere, a bunch of off-road areas, and a lot of places you can drive rally cars, go explore some different places. And with that, though, you're also going to be able to drive some insane off-road vehicles, like build your own rally cross car. You can also basically turn anything into a rally cross vehicle. Not every single car, but a lot of them you can lift up, put like rally tires on them, bigger suspension, and you can probably go race them off-road if you really do want to. Is it recommended? Well, in Forza, with how the tuning system is, I am going to make a video on that, man, but it just opens up so many different ways to enjoy the game and do stuff on here, and I feel like that's going to be such an important thing that many players would enjoy, but also opens up so many different doors on top of it. With that, you're also going to have a bunch of regular roads, guys. I was noticing looking at the map. Now, don't get me wrong, I haven't really drove around the map all that much. I've been doing a bunch of races, but I am definitely going to drive around the map more and explore stuff. I do like the area of road here. Really entertaining in a drift car and a car that grips really well. It's really fun flying up this, and I do know a lot of people are like, it's just basically a big desert. Which in ways, yes, the side of the map over here is going to be a big desert. But the funny part is, I do like the fact that there's going to be a dune type of thing in there to where you can go over there, jump, and enjoy some off-roading, but also have some fun times going over on the roads and stuff like that heading up this way. Having some cool different sceneries going around the map and the roads and stuff like that. I was seeing people arguing that the entire map is going to be almost like not that good graphically, but To be honest, I really don't understand the argument there because I feel like Forza Horizon 5 looks so dang good, man. And I'm being real on this. This is going to be coming from someone who has legit been playing pretty much Need for Speed and the Crew series probably for the last 10 years or so with some other games mixed in there, like Dirt 5 and stuff like that. Nothing insane. I also played a little bit of Gravel here and there and some other racing games like that, but nothing on the scale of Forza Horizon 5 or something that has a map like this with the vehicles and all that. So it is definitely going to be a very new experience. But I admit though, like the map is really pretty, man. Is it going to be as colorful as something like Motorfest? Well, probably not. I don't know if a PS5 Pro would enhance the colors. I think I saw some footage on it where it did look pretty dang incredible. But the thing is, though, if you are looking at the map, I feel like if you're wondering, like, yo, you know what, man, I was kind of thinking about getting Forza. Should I get it? How's the map like and all that stuff? And I feel like a majority of the players would actually end up enjoying this map. Now, the biggest thing is I can't understand one thing, man, that I gotta admit. If you have been playing Forza Horizon 5 for 3.5 years or so, being on the same map for 3.5 years, I can definitely see where you're coming from, man. It does make sense. I feel like a lot of people might kind of get bored of certain things or, wonder if they want a different map or waiting for the next game or whatever. I completely get it. I'm actually kind of feeling that way in Motorfest at the moment, being 1.5 years in. I'm already hoping they're going to be getting the other game out hopefully sooner than later, most likely being on a way bigger map with a lot more stuff and on that, and kind of hoping they really take advantage of that. Like maybe, I'm not saying the US map again, but maybe Germany, maybe something insane like that would be pretty incredible. And I feel like the map is going to be a very important part of that game if it is going to be utilized right, which I would say Forza Horizon is going to have its flaws on the map and stuff. Like, I have never played the previous Forza Horizon games, guys. I might end up trying to grab the disc for them. Who knows, with like an Xbox. Kind of thought about doing that. Do let me know in the comments. That way I could eventually go back and try some of those games and, see what all the insaneness about was with those, because I pretty much never played any of them. I've always played Need for Speed and stuff like that in the past, so it was kind of going to be hard to play a Forza Horizon game on a PlayStation before, am I right? But luckily on PS5 we now have the 5th game, and I am willing to bet right now Forza Horizon 6 is going to be on the PlayStation consoles as well. After they were seeing how well this game is selling on PS5, man, like it's going to be obvious. I think it was like the second game or like the second best-selling game in the store, so a lot of people are definitely getting it. I mean, heck, if you're into racing, you do want to drive a bunch of different cars, and you probably love a bunch of cars that are in this game, then there really isn't going to be much that they can do that can probably go against it, at least for right now, I probably would say. Yeah, you could probably argue that some of the map is probably not going to be that great, guys. Personally, I really am enjoying it. Is it going to be the best racing game map ever? Well, probably not, because there is going to be other maps out there that are going to be better, but I do got to give credit where it is due, the way that they were filling in the map, adding a bunch of stuff in there, little game modes, little arcade type of game modes, and really filling in each part. That way it's kind of going to make it even more interesting. Let me ask y'all something. Would you guys rather have a map like Forza Horizon 5, okay? Or would you rather have the most beautiful map ever created, but it is going to be empty or not have a lot of stuff to it? I would say maybe you might have some fun driving around for a bit, but eventually you might want to do some races. Maybe some of the classes don't have races. Maybe it's not going to be utilized right. I am willing to guarantee right now that you're probably going to get kind of bored of it, bro. You're probably going to want to move on and stuff. I was even seeing some people saying in the Discord that everyone's like, yo, Forza Horizon's map sucks. Is that going to be true? In some instances, you probably can argue that yes. But also, I feel like this map is not nearly as bad as at least what I have seen on it. This is also coming from a first-time player. And before anybody does say, well, bro, you haven't played the game enough, just wait. I have been playing the game a good amount, continue to play this game daily. I am having a wonderful time every time I jump on the map, drive around, whether it's a supercar, S1, S2, whether it's a B, whether it's an A, jumping off-road and stuff. I have legit not even gotten close to thinking about being bored, and I do not see it happening at all for a very, very long time, at least playing this. It is legit that great. So if you're kind of on the fence about the map, guys, I would say give the game a shot. I think a lot of people would love it, especially for the current genre of racing games at the moment. I feel like there's not much out there. Probably a lot of players are looking at crumbs and all that, which is also probably why Forza is doing so great. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying TCM is an awful game. In fact, I think it's pretty dope. It's just for right now, for me, I kind of think it is pretty dang stale. I don't really know what to do on it. I don't want to do grand races. Like, don't get me wrong, the map is beautiful. But the thing is, a lot of the types of vehicles and cars that I like are not even in the game. So I jump on Forza, and legit basically every single one of those trucks, cars, off-road vehicles are all going to be in Forza Horizon. And on top of that, there is going to be loads of races I can do with them, jump on, always be entertained. That is probably a big reason why I'm enjoying this game so much, and Motorfest might end up collecting some dust, at least for right now, into the near future. Unless they pull an insane thing for Season 7, Season 8, I kind of feel like in some ways, players might honestly think the same thing. Is it going to be over? Definitely not, man. I think anything is possible. And I also would say that competition is a good thing here in Horizon that would also help other racing games. The biggest thing I find about this game is simply down to the fact that you're going to have a full-on crossplay to where you can play with anybody on any platform and legit drive around the entire map with your friends. I feel like that is the biggest thing in any racing game, which is kind of funny because no racing game on this scale is even going to have it. So I gotta admit, guys, being a first-time Forza Horizon 5 player, I'm honestly really enjoying the map. And not only that, but I feel like I'm probably going to enjoy it even more when I probably do a tad more progressing in it, because I am fairly early on in the game still. But do let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. I am really curious. I do know there's probably going to be lots of mixed opinions and stuff like that. And I feel like that's the biggest thing, is as a gaming community, we can talk about this stuff, figure out the faults, figure out the good things. And who knows, maybe that might influence the future games to make them even better.